Welcome back to another video. Today we are talking all purple green. So got a new exciting deck for you, and it's a long time coming. I was not a fan of this deck last set 3, but in set 4 I really think that things have turned around. Blue red is really popular, and this deck answers that deck so easily and so cleanly. You do have a close matchup in green steel, but I think that this deck can kind of go under it, and you have some really unique answers that I think that a lot of people haven't thought of. So let's go through them. All right, so we got the standard Curse Merfolk, we got new Diablos and Pegasus. So a little bit about Diablo. I have been playing, there is a purple 2/1 for 1 ink that you can play, but on Pixelborn, it does not work. What I mean it doesn't work is you can't shift this Diablo onto the 2/1 version of this. So I've been testing and I've been going back and forth whether or not the 1/2 Diablo is better or the 2/1 purple Diablo is better. I think that the purple one is better just because it has better trades, and it doesn't die to the 3 ink Sisu. The one that kills 1 attack or less. So let's go through the rest of the deck. So we got 4 Madam Mim, we got 4 Ursula. I cut the Flynn Rider because I think that card is a set 3 card, and I think that this deck has kind of outgrown it, and you need to make room for specific answers to specific things, right? So in the green steel deck, you know that Diablo is an issue, right? You don't have hard removal to be able to deal with it. So how do you deal with it? Diablo needs to be exerted in order for it to gain value, and the way you can attack that is by playing Peter Pan. Peter Pan has rush and evasive, and then your other characters with evasive gain rush. You would think that that piece of text isn't that important, but when you have a card like Diablo, then you can play the Diablo and exert it, like hitting a character with one power, like a Diablo or a Pegasus or a Curse Merfolk or a Ursula, etc., and then the Diablo effect is going to work. And so that's been a pretty big game changer. And when you get to 6 ink, you can like attack a Hiram Flaversham with a Peter Pan and Diablo, and then your Diablo activates, which is absolutely bonkers. So then we have Madam Mim. The other card that we're playing for interaction is Kit Cloud Kicker. This is a card that I haven't been that big of a fan of, but it is really important now. Being able to bounce your opponent's Ursulas, especially in the green steel matchup, is vital, right? Because if they let the Storm Rage on twice, it's going to set you back really far. And so I really love Kit Cloud Kicker as your 2 of in this deck. It's possible it ends up going up more as green steel becomes more popular, but for right now we're playing 2. We have 4 Merlin Goat, of course that card just bangs, and then we're playing 4 Merlin Rabbit. Yeah, we had gone down to 3, but Bucky's in the format. You just can't mess around. You just want to have the most consistent deck. 4 Pegasus because, I mean, why not? Like, let's just play this evasive package. Not only that, like, you can think about Pegasus shifting onto this Pegasus as an answer to Diablo. And so I feel like that's pretty straightforward. Moving on, we're playing 4 Friends on the other side, and 4 We Don't Talk About Bruno. The reason why we're playing 4 of both of these is because in order for Diablo to activate, that's what you need. None of the discard stuff, because our deck is the aggressor, right? We don't want to play any of these side games, which is something that green steel is much more like. If you want to make people discard, play green steel, not green purple. Green purple, just try to end the game. Don't try to be cutesy. That's kind of my strat with green purple. So I feel like you need to have at least 8 action spells for Diablo to be like shiftable, you know? So then we're playing 2 Sorcerer Spellbook. Blue red currently isn't playing Judy Hopps. I think it's another angle to attack that deck. you know, I'm a big fan of Flute, as you guys know, so I think Sorcerer Spellbook just fits in perfectly there. And then 4 Queen's Castle, which is one of your best cards against Steel strategy. Green Steel isn't playing ways to deal with locations, so this is you just should be playing 4 in this deck. So enough talk about the deck. Let's jump into some games and I'll show you why I think that this deck is super legit. All right, see you on the other side. All right, and we're back. Let's check out this hand. We have no 1-drop, so we should get rid of a lot of stuff here. So I'm thinking boom, 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 boom. All right, just in case we don't hit the Diablo. All right, we have Mulligan 5, Curse Merfolk, and the Diablo. We also, yeah, no, this is much better. All right, let's see what we're playing against. All right, looks like green, probably Green Steel. If I had to guess. I'm really trying to think whether or not it's a good idea to try and, like, I could go Curse Merfolk into, because this Robin Hood is going to be a problem, right? So we have a couple of options here. We can play this Diablo, or we can play this Curse Merfolk. Those are our options right now. I'm thinking that if they don't have an answer to this Diablo, it allows us to get way ahead. So let's check out what's going on in their hand. Oh, that is unexpected. Okay, that's good to know. So they're going to play Fairy, and then we can counter Fairy with our Diablo. Good to know. Okay, cool. And we'll pass now. So they're not playing green, so there's no chance of Ursula on turn 2, which is quite nice. Okay, so here we're just going to go ahead and put this Diablo in play. Go ahead and quest. And then we're looking to put this Madam Mim away. And then we'll put a Curse Merfolk in play and then pass. All right, we'll draw a card there. If they decide to ink the Robin Hood, I mean, if they decide to shift the Robin Hood, then we get to draw a card, and they chose not to because they're gonna try and go shift Tinkerbell next turn. And so it's important that I don't Alright, so I think that I'm going to be inking this Pegasus. I think I'm going to be questing with both of these, and I think I'm going to play the Madam M Fox, which is not going to quest. The reason why it's not going to quest is because, no, not quest, attack the Robin, because they're going to play a Tinkerbell, and if they can attack the Tinkerbell, then they can take out my Diablo. So quest with both. Play Madam M Fox. Bounce this back to hand, and then we're just gonna sit here. So they can use the blue fairy to take out my Diablo. Blue fairy plus the Tinkerbell. But if we don't do any actions, then we're gonna put ourselves in a bad spot. But if they decide to shift the Tinkerbell first, then they get to draw a card and we get to draw a card, and they lose their. Okay, so they're gonna draw a card. Oh, they chose not to draw. Okay, cool. So we have a lot more resources than them. And we can assume that one of these is a Robin Hood. And we're winning on the amount of inking going on. I wish we had an answer to that. We could just potentially play this Diablo, but that doesn't feel like it's the right move. I think that we just ink there, play our rabbit, and pass the turn. And next turn, it's much harder for them to swing with the Tinkerbell because they know that we can deal with it with this board. We gotta leverage our resources, having more resources than our opponent, the best way possible, right? And that is to try and cause a board stall if possible. Okay, that's fine. Ooh, that's real good. All right, cool. I could take that out for free. I feel like castle seems really tough to set up here, even though it would just straight win the game. Okay, so let's say I quest, play fox, use a fox to take out the Robin Hood, and then use Madam Mim to bounce it back. But then I get rid of the other Madam Mim. Yeah, that makes sense. So quest, bounce this. This takes that out. I think I should let this go over this. Play this, bounce, and pass. All right, so they can go up to 10 here. How are we gonna deal with the situation? I'm not winning this race, so we gotta just take that out. So boom, play this, bounce, boom. Yep. All right, pass. That is dangerous. Oh, That takes that out easy. But I still don't have a way to take that out in an easy way. So okay, so I'm thinking I play the goat, play the Madam Mim, bounce the merfolk, get rid of the Aladdin. All right. All right, and then what I'm thinking next turn is they quest with both, go to 16, and then we can use the goat plus the Peter Pan to take out the Robin Hood, and the Diablo takes out the fairy. Oof, that was a good draw. Perfect. So it's got to go like this. Got to go here. This thing takes out that. Then these two. And then we go to 9. And I don't think I inked that. Pass, draw. This is not a great spot for us. Oh, okay. Maybe we got a chance here. Cloud Kicker is not something we wanted to see here. We need a We Don't Talk About Bruno. That is not that. We need a fox. So let's try and find one. That's not a fox. And that means we are just dead on board, but we'll take a look at their hand, get the information, concede, go to the next game. All right. I'm down to get rid of Pegasus. I mean, Diablo is great in this matchup. I like the idea of Rabbit in this matchup as well. And Peter Pan also just seems ridiculously good. All right, Merfolk is an upgrade. And I think we just get rid of the Bruno. First, Merfolk. Next turn, get rid of the Diablo. Put the Madam Mim in play. Get rid of the Merfolk. If we draw another 1-drop, like another Curse Merfolk, it's possible we just go Curse Merfolk, Curse Merfolk. Whoa, I did not really see that coming. Whole new world. Okay, so they're playing like Jafar. Okay, makes sense. That's why we saw this Jafar when they inked it. All right. We'll go ahead and ink that, pass the turn. So we really want Ursula in this matchup. So if you can manage to draw Ursula, that would be fantastic. All right, goodbye, castle. Yep, Jafar. Oh. That's a great draw. I'm down to get rid of grab your sword here. That seems bad for me. As opposed to whole new world. And then we'll ink this Madam Mim. Pass. We could have quested with the Diablo to bait them into questing with the Jafar, or like dealing with the Diablo with the Jafar, and then use Ursula or Peter Pan to deal with what's going on. Not great draws. We'll go ahead and trade there. I'm not feeling great about walking into a Tinkerbell. Walking into a Tinkerbell, I think, would just end the game. They shifted the Tinkerbell. Just puts me in the worst position possible. They inked a Jafar. Interesting. We can use this Peter Pan and Ursula and Diablo to get rid of this Tinkerbell. Oof. Good thing we didn't walk into that. Alright, we gotta get a rabbit down. And we definitely cannot quest. This game does not feel like a typical green-purple game, but sometimes it just goes like that. But this is also not like a very typical matchup. Like, this is my first time seeing a Jafar deck in who knows how long. That honestly helps us quite a bit. Yeah, like generally we should not be this far behind in any matchup. All right, I think we just have to ink this goat and play a Pegasus and pass. And what this Pegasus is going to help us do is catch up using... We don't talk about Bruno. You know, like if you can pull that off, then we have a chance in this game is like put the Tinkerbell back. But how good is that even? I will say our opponent's deck is like the worst version of a deck for us. I feel like it is extremely, extremely scary. My God. All right. Queen's Castle's got to go. I think we're going to try and put down a Diablo. And bounce the Robin Hood. And just pass. If they go grab your sword, I think that we're dead. Oh man. The Jafar is going off. Oh my God. Oh my God. What is happening? Like, can we get back in this game? I really don't think so. All right, we got to start off with the rabbit. I mean, I could have bounced the Jafar there, but and hope that we hit a Jafar, but it's gonna put both of the Jafars back in. Oh my God. Okay. Start off here. Get rid of that. We'll bounce the Jafar back to hand. We hit the Jafar. We then use the Peter Pan to take out this Robin Hood. Then request for 2. And then pass. And I feel like this is game. Yeah, and we're done. GG's. And sometimes it just goes like that, you know? Sometimes you're just gonna run into a matchup that is like just purely designed to beat you. But when it comes to tournaments, you know, you're less likely to face completely random matchups. You know, it becomes more and more predictable. You're either going to see blue red or green steel majority of the time. I do like the idea of the Jafar deck. Maybe we'll try that next. But thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.